I'm like, alright, so I'm just gonna do a quick one. Because I'm actually curious to see if anybody actually feels this way. And it's this, it's A, the idea there's no such thing as a trans community, and B, the issue with donating and donation funds. I've actually seen a lot where I guess people post videos online and stuff, they sing, they dance, do concerts, and to generate traffic to these websites so that they can get donations. And I guess people are somewhat okay with that if you're a musician or an artist. Like I swear that's it. Like if you can sing or paint, that's it. Okay. Anything else, you're screwed. So I'm like, look, what is the big deal? And I've actually had a couple of people get really angry. Also trans guys, which is what's really unnerving about it. Where they're like, pay for your own shit like a grown ass man. And I'm like, see, that right there, I'm not mad because you're a trans guy. I'm actually mad because that's sexism. That's the exact same thing that women complain about, feminists complain about, that men don't want to complain about. And it's that idea that you need to be held to a man's standard. A real man doesn't ask for help. A real man pays for his shit. Look, to me, a real man doesn't get a woman pregnant and walk off, but they do. He's technically just as much as a real motherfucking man out there, i.e., daddy, and everybody else's daddies out there. And before you sit there and tell me, oh, well, you ain't had no man in your life, tell you, I had plenty of men growing up in my life who were surrogate fathers who also told me at some point in my life, they were like, look, there's going to be a day where you're going to have to ask for help, and it's going to hurt. You ain't going to want it, but you might as well just get used to asking for help because sometimes there's things that are way bigger than you and you're not going to be able to do it on your own. And as long as you make sure you work your half of it, somebody's going to meet you halfway. If you meet them halfway, then that's all right. Just make sure that your duty as a man is make sure you pay it forward so the next person that comes along, you can help them help themselves. Okay? Cool, 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 whatever. But I'm just like ready to throw down because there's people who be like, nah man, you need to pay for that shit yourself. I've never seen MTFs looking for it. I'm like, first off, they were probably raised with the same standard that you just said, that a man even as transitioning into females, that's another thing they feel that they're like, I can't ask for help because it was male, same kind of training. But B, if they're living part-time lives as males, 9 times out of 10 they're making much money. They're making higher money than I am. And because I am not legally a male, I still pass as a female. I'm still looking like a female. I still get paid lower than my coworkers. And I work in a fucking grocery store. Like my male coworkers have been there less than I have, and all of them get paid more than me except for the courtesy clerks. But the courtesy clerks get more hours than I do. So I'm just like, are you serious? And people say, oh, well, you need to get out that job. I'm like, it doesn't make a fucking difference where I go. As long as that F is on any of my documents, it's still there. And then they say, well, don't put it on there. That's voluntary information. My name has been changed. My birth name is female. I can't even argue that it's male. Okay? Again, it's just what it is. So I'm like, whatever. Even if I get my name changed, they're going to either think I'm a fat dude or they're going to be able to, people are going to know that I'm transitioning. So I'm still going to have that issue. So please don't sit here and tell me and judge on me like you know me. Alright, I got people sitting here throwing down like, I'm saying things are much better when you work for them. I know that. You don't know my life, okay? Trust and believe. I don't know your life as much as you don't know mine. And I've seen guys post about how, like my father and my mother offered to, pay for half my surgery, pay for my surgery. But I told them, no, I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to be real good male values. Thank you for your opinion on male values. Thank you for reminding us of the 1950s when women stayed at home and males were the breadwinners. Thank you. Thank you very much for reminding us that. According to many of my sociology professors and teachers who aren't even like college professors and research, the idea of that traditional family is only taking about 7% of the population now, and that myth doesn't actually, it's just a myth. It doesn't even really exist. So you keep coming out there with this idea of what a real man should do, and men do this and men do that. There are plenty of men who don't do those things, okay? And they're still men. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they're manly as ever. I don't know what you're trying to argue about. So I'm like, what in the world? So my big thing is this. If you don't believe in, if you don't support what someone's doing, why are you going to sit here and hijack their post or their thread or their video and shame them? Like, what? Okay, fine. So they're asking for donations. All you can do really is just not do it. Just bypass it and don't even bother. Why are you so concerned? Like, what? And if it's bothering you, then don't follow people who ask for donations. If it's bothering you, just scroll. If it's bothering you, write about it something and say, why shame someone else? And then there was also this other thing that I keep running into. People are like, I'm not a fucking trender, I have a medical condition. And there's an argument over the trans community about being a medical condition, being a trans trender, or some all this other bullshit. And I'm like, look, again, I don't give a fuck what you're doing and why you're doing it. As long as you're happy or you need some help to be happy, fine. But I don't tolerate people telling me that. Again, like, I'm like, if you're a trans person and you don't like it when someone says that you're still a girl no matter what happens, or you're still a guy no matter what happens, and that makes you feel like shit and they're shaming you because of your genitalia, how do you think that person feels when you tell them that they're not shit because they're asking for donations, or that they're being a baby or a child or a pussy or a bitch or something because they're asking for donations, they're asking for handouts? Being trans is not easy, no matter where you are and no matter what stratosphere you are, whether you're rich or whether you're the poorest of the poor. It's not easy. And what I don't understand is where do people get the feel like they get the authority to tell someone that they need to stop asking for handouts, or that they're asking for handouts, so you shouldn't have a donation fund and you do it yourself. There are plenty of people that I know who honestly don't have a pot to piss in, a bed to put their head on, and they live out in the motherfucking woods, and they do what they can just to survive. When eating and drinking is the first thing on your mind, what makes you think that they have extra money to be spending on surgery? And then people say, well, then this money should not be going towards surgery. You need to be working on everything else. If you can't pass, then you have to live your life in the gender you were born in that you can't deal with. And then you run into these people who feel like they are stuck forever in this endless cycle of hating themselves, and then they try to kill themselves because they feel like there's no one that they can reach out to. And I know that there are people out there who want to say, well, suicide is selfish. Shaming people for suicide is just as selfish. Just because you're mad because your friends said they want to kill themselves does not mean you need to sit here and tell them, do you know how many people love you? My thing is, if you loved me, why are you going to sit here and make me feel bad about that? Because I'm not doing this to hurt you. This has nothing to do with you. This is about me and my pain. Just like my donation. I'm asking you to look at it. I'm not asking you to donate. I'm not asking you I'm not saying you have to donate. You can, whatever in the world. This is not geared towards just the internet fucking community. Goodness forbid, guys, I do have a life outside of this. Like, I really do. That's why I haven't been posting recently. I have family. I know, I do. I have a family outside the ones that live in my house. I have friends. Oh, I really do. Yes, I have friends that actually are not computer screens. I do have friends. I have coworkers. I have people I help. I have people that I actually give life counseling to. Like, I deal with enough people outside of this world. So posting things on the internet just helps me to get in contact with, oh, I don't know, the family that I have that lives in North Carolina who just recently, finally moved and settled there. Or my cousin who changed my life forever, who's the greatest person ever that I have in my family, who lives all the way in Atlanta, Georgia, that I can never contact on a consistent basis. Or my family members who live out in the middle of fucking Texas. Or my friends who just moved out to Canada or Japan or overseas. Why? Oh, for the rest of you in the rest of the fucking country, it's not like fucking Virginia where you're a military town. These people move all the damn time because of the military, and the only way that I can fucking contact them is the internet. So I'm like, for real, stop trying to throw down with people. If you don't like something that much, then blog about it your damn self. But please don't sit here and go looking for people to argue with. Like, damn. I mean, if you're gonna look and argue with someone, then please just argue with them about abortion, argue about death penalty, argue with them about rights. But please don't sit here and tell these people that they need to stop asking for help, especially if they really do need it. Like, come on now. Like, again, you don't know their story, and it may be a sob story to you, but that's someone's life. Okay? That's someone's life. And I understand that as men, we should feel some way. But as far as I'm concerned, every time you tell a man that he shouldn't ask for help, that's one more reason why there are deadbeat dads. That's one more reason why there are boys who grow up to be deadbeat dads. There's one more reason why men grow up where they can't talk to anybody. Why in the world should a trans man fall right into the same issues that a regular man should? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like, I understand, yes, because he's being a man. But why are you going to sit here in silence and deal with it? Why not stand up and do something about it? Alright? I'm not going to be that man that's going to sit here and say, oh, well, I'm going to be the main breadwinner and my wife is going to stay home. And first off, I didn't even say I was going to fucking get married, okay? Regardless of being gay or straight or whatever the fuck, I didn't even say that, okay? So I'm like, don't even sit here and assume that I'm going to grow up and be this, macho man that does all this stuff for his family. I believe in community. I am not an individualist. I am a collectivist. So societal-wise, I don't like living in the United States. I don't like what this country has become, and I don't like the morals and values of it. I want to go somewhere where villages actually raise children, where if someone is sick, the whole village gets together in case they have cancer. Everybody gets together to help them deal with that. In case somebody's child is missing, everybody goes looking for it. Someone gets murdered or killed, everybody works together to pull up a damn, service for them. And if someone's transitioning, everyone gets together to put a piece together and make sure that that person can live a wonderful life and become a productive and happy and wonderful member of society who can then help others. So please, please, please think twice before you go off and just go shaming people. Come on. I understand if you believe that, yes, being trans is a medical condition. But there, in case you don't know, there are communities for everything. And speaking from someone who has been hospitalized 4 times, there are communities for everything. Like, there are communities inside the hospital, and then they give you a list of communities outside of the hospital. So they're like, look, these people are your people, okay? Bipolar disorder, cancer, Asperger's, autism, parents of people with children, with disabilities, everything. So for every medical condition out there, there is a community. So please don't sit here and tell me that being trans, there's no such thing as a trans community, because there's a trans community regardless of if it is medical condition or not. That is like crazy. Like, come on, guys, for real. But I'm like, regardless, if you don't agree, can you just agree to disagree and then just not bother these people, please? Like I said, if you just don't want to see it on your dash, unfollow them. If it's that serious, unfollow them. But please don't shame each other. This is like the whole damn reason why we're in this damn situation in the first place. And I'm really offended when I find out that people are like, all this pain. And I'm like, you realize that most of the judgment that's coming to trans people is from trans people. Like, it's from other trans people. You know what I'm saying? Again, the exact same thing, that crabs in a bucket mentality. So maybe this is just me. Maybe I'm just going off and I'm getting a lot of hate for this. I don't really know. I'm willing to take it, I guess. But I'm like, my thing is just this. I'm like, why not work together to help each other out? Because if we all work together and we got this person surgery, we helped them get to surgery. Where if their surgery is $8,000 for whatever reason, we help them get half of that. That's half the amount of time that they're gonna have to spend trying to get the money, and now maybe they're getting the chance to be able to help somebody else get that surgery, or help other people get that surgery, multiples of others, so everyone can get their surgery. So we don't have to see a bunch of people posting on Tumblr about how upset they are because they can't afford anything, because they feel like they're about to go and kill themselves because they can't stand another day being trapped in this body. I don't know. Maybe I just have hope. Maybe it's misguided hope. Maybe I just need to give up on people altogether and move out to the middle of motherfucking nowhere because nobody wants to help anybody. I don't fucking know anymore. But I'm like, please, if if you actually do want to talk to me, don't ever come at me with that. I do believe in communities. Regardless of trans or non-trans, I believe in just people being a community. And if you don't believe in that, you probably don't want to talk to me. And I probably won't talk to you, like, to be completely honest. So that's just my thought. I am sorry this is a lot longer than I thought. It's just, I don't understand it. And it's one of those things my family keeps bringing up, like, oh, well, if you're in such a supportive community, why won't they help anybody out? And I'm like, because they are just as opinionated as the rest of the community. People's opinions all over the place. So I'm like, I obviously can't ask you for help, and I cannot sit here, and I honestly can't wait 2 years to get my surgery. I can't, because my chest size is actually so massive that it physically does hurt to breathe. And so, I mean, I can't do anything. And then people say, well, go get a reduction. And I'm like, do your damn research. If I get a reduction, it's going to limit my options, if completely destroy my options for getting surgery. Why don't you get insurance to cover it? Because it still fucking requires me to live a damn year. That's my problem. So, and even then, it won't cover the whole damn thing. And I don't even have insurance like that, and that's more money I gotta pay. If I ain't got paid money to be paying to save up for damn surgery, what makes you think I got money to pay for fucking insurance that has certain requirements, like the Live Your Life test, that I can't even damn pass? Okay, maybe to the trans community, on trans people, or to people on fucking Tumblr, I look like a dude, but everybody else in here is convinced that I'm a fucking lesbian. So don't sit here and tell me that I can pass, like, all the damn time, because people out here are really honestly convinced that I'm just a woman with saggy boobs. So don't. Like, just don't even give me that hard time. Like, I done been there, dealt with that topic, and I'm still pissed about it. But, just my public service announcement. Like, please, people actually give a damn about everybody else. Jeez. What is so wrong with actually trying to help people around? I swear, it's like, nobody wants to help anybody. I just don't understand it. So, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, let me know your opinion. I'm actually really curious about this. And again, I'm sorry for the video being so long. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Definitely, though, for real, though. I really want to know your opinions. Alright, bye, guys. And gals. And everyone in between. And outside. And all around. Bye, everyone.